Okay, so corpses are littered. At least the wolf's still licking his chops covered in blood. Probably picking all the chunks out.
Well, I say we get
So
onto
you
that
litter the
boat.
corpses.
Head to the...
So what are you doing with the gnome? Is he just sitting there?
Yeah, he's still tied up,
Yeah.
so we're just gonna leave him there because we want to return him into the authorities.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, hey, sorry. I just want to make sure I'm reading. Yeah. I want to make sure I understand the criticals and stuff. So when it says like 18 to 20 on the critical, it means you get a critical,
Yeah.
not just a natural 20.
So
Okay.
like sometimes
And when it,
I won't notice that, so you gotta like tell me that stuff's going on with your weapons.
yeah.
So like what it is if you roll 19 to like an 18 or a 20, anywhere between there, you get a critical, which means you roll
Does double damage something like
yeah,
that?
it's double damage. And there's like some there's like other things as well, but we'll just say it does double damage. So whatever you roll plus like double.
Okay.
And
I assume
it'll
it has
be
to.
it's before modifier. So actually
Yeah. The
this
natural roll.
yeah. So what'll be is it'll be instead of 1d6 or 2d or 1d6 or 1d8, it'll be 2d6 or 2d8. You roll twice and then you add your modifier on at the end.
And then add the thing on. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Cool. Makes sense.
Okay. So are you going to check the boat out, or what he's doing next?
We should check the boat. We need to check what's in those crates.
Yep,
Yeah.
I am very interested in the magic that I picked up here.
Okay. So on top of the deck, as explained before, you can see there is one large wooden crate. It's about 2 meters by a meter by a meter, like it's 2 meters across, a meter high, and a meter deep. And there's 2 crates stacked sitting beside each other that are a meter cubed. They're all solid, like heavy, thick wood, and they're all like nailed shut.
There's no lock on them?
Not a lot, they're just nailed shut. And when I'm talking about nailed shut, it's like half an inch nail, like diameter kind of thing.
Can we use one of the crappy iron swords to pry a lid off?
Yeah, you can attempt to. So who's going to attempt that?
Who has the highest strength?
Shaman?
I probably do. So these are nailed shut chests?
Yeah, they're nailed shut. They're not chests, they're crates. Like you know,
crates. Okay.
like they're wooden shipping crates, and they're made of really high quality, really like sturdy wood, and they're nailed shut. They're like big nails holding these things shut.
All right, I'll grab one of the iron swords. I'll smack it in with the butt of my Morning Star.
So strength check.
And then
first. Actually, no, dexterity check first.
Okay, dexterity check.
Yeah.
+1. All right.
Yeah. So.
Oh yeah.
So and then a strength check. Alright. Yeah. So you smack the butt of your sword or the butt of your Morningstar against the back of the sword, and the sword slides relatively easily in between the gap. What chest are you opening? Are you opening the larger of the 3, or one of the 2 small ones?
I'll start with the largest.
Okay, so it slips in relatively easy between the gap.
Okay, and then I pry it open. Do I roll another check now?
Yeah, another check.
Okay.
Alright, so you put like almost all of your weight behind this, and you push down really hard, and you start to get like the chest open. It maybe opens up like 3-4 inches at most.
Can I peek in before I go try and continue further?
You're gonna attempt to. You're gonna have a spot check.
All right. Oh yeah.
So you can make out on the inside of this that what appears to be a relatively small sarcophagus, and what I mean by small sarcophagus is a very small sarcophagus, like
guys.
Small
I
child.
have a mummy in here, like a child mummy looks like. What the hell's going
delightful.
That seems kind of off to me.
I ain't going any further with this.
Like that kid did something bad.
How about taking a look at the smaller chests?
All right. I'll leave that sword in there. Grab the other one, and do the same thing over again.
Steam checks. So chest A or chest B? Or
A is
A.
fine. So I got the dexterity check, I assume, but not the strength one. So what happens then?
So like you get the tip of the thing in and you do a smack and you just can't seem to get it wedged in. So you can try again.
Yeah, I'll try again.
So as you're doing this, you're struggling to get it like in between the gap. You just can't seem to get enough strength. And as you're doing this, the tip of the sword is starting to blunt. It's a really shitty quality sword.
Alright, I'll try it one more time. Of course,
Alright.
the difficulty's higher.
So-
No problem.
So you manage to like wedge the sword in, but you can tell that the sword's now not in very good shape.
Alright.
You heard like some growing from the metal of the sword as you kind of wedged it in.
Alright, I will try and pry it open carefully.
Alright, strength check. Okay, yeah. So you pry the top of this off. You actually like lift the top right off.
Okay.
Of the top of this.
So
And
that one
inside,
pops open.
yep. And inside you see like four, well, like decently sized stone urns with lids on top of them, and a
Oh
bunch
my
of
god.
writing and glyphs along the sides of them.
So I'm gonna guess. Okay, wait. So general knowledge? Would I assume? Okay, as a human being, I know that in Egypt they use urns for embalming
but
and storing
you have
things.
no idea.
Would Apward know that?
Probably not.
Would mummification fall under Arcana?
You
Yeah,
could.
it'd fall under Arcana.
Can
culture,
I-
history.
Yeah, you probably need to do it.
Yeah, can I do a knowledge check or something to see if I know about this? Because
Yeah. Go ahead.
alright. My modification's 4.5. I'm just gonna put 4 in. Rolled an 18.
Okay, so you understand modification. You understand the basic principles of it.
Okay.
And you actually recognize some of the glyphs that are on these urns and the stylization of the way these urns are made to be similar to some of the other artwork and artifacts retrieved from this ancient empire and the ruins that I have mentioned before. So you know somehow these are related to that.
So what the hell's going on here, Freya? It's not making much sense.
It looks to me like we have some grave robbers on our hands. The civilizations that have lived in this land have typically mummified their deceased. And if they have a mummified gnome and his body parts presumably in the rest of these urns, then they've been digging up some graves.
Mama, what? I was joking.
I'm not exactly into the dark
I'm
arts as a druid, so I don't know for what purpose they would want to be collecting a mummy and their organs. Maybe that's something the half-elf can tell us. Rat.
Wait,
You've been rather
What?
quiet, Rat. Or Kai Zar.
okay, so should I roll a knowledge check for that or something?
Let me just check some. How long does detect magic last?
I think it's just like a one-time pulse thing, but
Um,
I'm not exactly sure the extent of knowledge that it gives me, though.
No, it tells you where magic is. Right?
It what now?
What knowledge do you have? You can roll either actually. You probably architecture would be pretty decent for you, which is what you seem to have.
Hold on one second.
And then you can probably do a spellcraft check. for the hell of it.
Okay, sorry about that. Knowledge check. What? Um,
So you can do architecture might be dungeoneering possible. Try spellcraft check if you want.
okay, so yeah, I would say dungeoneering would be the biggest bonus, right?
Yep.
All right, well, let's roll. Let's see if I know anything about it.
Wow. Okay.
I
Um,
know everything about it.
no, you don't know everything about it. You just rolled a natural 20, which means you know a bit more than what you would do if you rolled a 19. So you definitely recognize these glyphs. You recognize the style of this architecture. You've when you were working, just before you were working with the military back, one of the places you were told to check out was an old ruins, like a really relatively small. You recognize this type of appearance. Again, you definitely recognize, you can straight up say that the correlation between these runes are exactly like the glyphs are exactly the same ones that you've seen before. Again, you can actually you actually know you can pick out some of the words and what they mean. So one of them is heart. Obviously, one of them is brain. The other one's lungs, and the fourth one is stomach. So you can pick out those. You can tell what's in each one, what should be in each urn.
Okay, so you, Dragon Shaman, you said that was a sarcophagus, right?
Yep. Tomb of some sort.
These
Coffin.
urns are his body parts.
Yeah. Your other half elf friend here already.
So
Welcome to the party.
if this guy was important enough to be mummified, he might have been buried with his valuables.
I'm not a grave robber, dude. What the hell?
You dolt. It might be in the other box we haven't opened yet.
Fine, I'll take the other sword that I didn't screw up out of the other one.
Yep.
Clearly, we know he's not here for his intelligence.
Vert's being nice and quiet in the background.
Well, I don't think he has
Excuse you?
much to add to this.
Would you like to do this, Druid?
Pry it just a little bit, and then I can use some magic.
I hand you the sword and say have at it.
Alright, so I need to try and just pry the lid up just a little bit.
So, again, same thing. Dexterity, strength, and then a strength check. Well, first do dexterity. Okay, so you managed to set the bleed just right. And then try strength check.
Ooh.
Yep, you get the bleed
Damn,
in.
strong as hell.
Pummel the bleed in.
Alright.
And,
wait, that wasn't the strength check.
and you're trying to get this in gently. So I want
Where
first of all
are,
I want another dex check, and then I want a strength check.
where are the bodies?
It's my dex.
Yeah.
And strength.
So
Hey, where are the bodies?
they're still on the pier. They're still on the thing. They've been
Yeah.
wounded.
You could go
Already.
do foul things to the woman's
So they're
body.
not, no,
So-
they're not on the boat.
They're not on the boat. They're on the
The dock.
pier, the dock. So you managed to